Hello, great people. Nigeria Secret Police, the DSS, has arrested 6 persons in Edo State for supporting, advocating for, and organizing a procession that will create awareness about military rule. These persons are advocating for the Burkina Faso-like military leadership in Nigeria. You will recall that Burkina Faso and some other Sahel states, including Niger and Chad, are under military rule, and Burkina Faso is currently being ruled by Captain Ibrahim Traore, a 39-year-old man, and according to reports, has been doing wonders in Burkina Faso. And the DSS is against these people for promoting such a leadership style in Nigeria. On this episode of Politics with Dr. Omosoladeji, I have a lot to unpack for you because I will be unveiling to you the modus operandi of this group. I will be telling you the leader of the group. I will also be telling you about Ibrahim Traore, the military leader in Burkina Faso, and why that guy is gaining a lot of support across Africa. I will be connecting this analysis to the United States. Then we'll be going back to Burkina Faso, and we'll now be linking the relationship between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. We'll be linking it together with that of US and Burkina Faso, and we'll be making sense out of it. And we'll also now be linking it back to the drug-related alleged case of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the judgment that was given that his case file should be released in the United States. We'll be connecting all these dots, dissecting all the associated issues, and a whole lot more on this episode with your sure plug, Dr. Omosoladeji. First, let me tell you the group, the leader of the group. The leader of the group that was arrested in Nigeria is someone that calls himself a Marxist activist and leader of Talakawa movement. He calls himself a Marxist activist and leader of Talakawa Parliament. Leader of Talakawa Parliament that goes by the name Kola Edokpayi. Kola Edokpayi, if you look at the meaning of Talakawa, it means the poor people, the have-nots, people that are usually called the masses. So he is leading this group, and when he tried to organize this protest, the DSS kind of like home in on them. And right now, the right group, the civil societies, the NGO, they are all complaining that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu government is coming hard as regards repression, that this is an assault to freedom of speech, freedom of association as guaranteed in section 38, 39 and 40 of the Nigerian constitution. Is this really the case? Because if you look at it, when you are arrested for promoting coup plot, that means that you can be charged with treason, and treason usually carry the maximum sentence. You can bag a life in imprisonment, and you can also be kind of like awarded the death sentence because it is seen that you want to kill a government. And a government, I've told you guys before, is regarded as a living being. Every government in every country is regarded as a living being. So if you try to promote a coup or anything that will truncate the existence of a legitimate government, it is seen as if you will have committed murder, or you want to commit murder, and you'll be treated as such. So now this makes it a serious case. But before I go on, as regards what is happening, I think it is important for me to tell you about Ibrahim Traore. Because these people, Kola Edokpayi, they are advocating for the Ibrahim Traore-like leadership in Nigeria. They are promoting awareness. They call themselves Pan-Africanists. And that is why, for you to understand, let me touch on Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore is a 39-year-old military ruler of Burkina Faso. And Ibrahim Traore is gaining kind of like a momentum. He's becoming one of the most recognized African leaders, mainly for his strong stance against French and Western interests. Ibrahim Traore has removed all the Western ants in his country, and he's removing the one that are remaining. So this boldness, this confidence that Ibrahim Traore is exhibiting is making him to win applause from the people in Africa, particularly the youth, because Ibrahim Traore is a 39-year-old guy, and people are beginning to look at it that, wow, this guy that is a youth is doing a lot of wonders in his country. And the reason why people are also supporting him is not just because he's removing Western interests, but he's doing something that a lot of people desires. which is that he is offering free education as reported in his country. And Ibrahim Traore has also been championing massive infrastructure. You know, just like Nigeria, most West African states or most African states are kind of like lagging behind in terms of adequate infrastructure. And according to reports, Ibrahim Traore have been doing well in this regard. And Ibrahim Traore also gained publicity recently when the US tried to kind of like shine their light on Burkina Faso. A US general, a black-skinned US general, accused Ibrahim Traore of kind of like monopolizing the gold in his country, that he is using the gold resources to protect himself rather than using it for the benefit of the people. And this has attracted criticisms for the United States. And this USA and gold issue, note it down, because I'm going to link it to Bola Ahmed Tinubu very, very soon, and why the Nigerian government, will be going hard on people that are kind of like advocating for anything Burkina Faso like in Nigeria. So note it, the USA and the gold issue. And that's why I said I need to first tell you about Ibrahim Traore. So Ibrahim Traore has been gaining continental recognition, so much so that people have organized rally in his support in South Africa, in Ghana, hailing the guy. People are kind of like say, oh, this is a kind of leader that every country should emulate. And you will recall that most African countries have leaders that are old. So that itself may bring some kind of jealousy for Ibrahim Traore. Now, let us go back to the people that were arrested for alleged coup plot in Nigeria. Now, the government is kind of like afraid. If you look at the Bola Ahmed Tinubu government, anything that pertains to protest or anything, they are usually very kind of like afraid. So the big question is, what is the government afraid of? And this man, Kola Edokpayi, the CP of Edo State, called him, and he went to the CP's office. They had a discussion. The CP kind of like persuade him that, okay, don't go on with this rally. It is unnecessary. Don't promote a kind of like military orientation like something to the Nigerian people, because if they buy into it, then everybody may just be advocating for a military style government. So the man agreed with the commissioner of police in Edo State, and he said, okay, he won't organize the rally anymore. So he cut off the rally. But then you may want to ask yourself that after he cut off the rally, then later on, after maybe some days, the DSS and the police later, combined to arrest him. They invade his place and they picked up 6 persons. Now, before I go into the arrest, I need to touch on this. It is said that why is the government afraid of the product they are selling? You are an advocacy of the democracy. You are a product of democracy. So if you are performed well in a democratic government, if democracy is working for Nigeria, then why are you afraid of kind of like the product that you are selling? Somebody is want to bring another product that, oh, Nigerians, look at Ibrahim Traore, he's doing wonders in Burkina Faso and all that, this is something that we should emulate in Africa. Those people call themselves Pan-Africanists. But then the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is afraid. So if the democracy that we are practicing is producing results, according to what is reported in Burkina Faso, that there's infrastructure and Bola Ahmed Tinubu is ruling fine, definitely you don't need to worry about anything, because even if you sell military rule to Nigerians will come after you that, no, this democracy is serving us, it is bringing us the dividends that we so desire. Now, the DSS and police arrested these persons and they have been locked up. So, I think the Nigerian government is afraid that, oh, these people will bring awareness about military rule. They will bring awareness to military rule and its achievement in Burkina Faso. And according to what people are saying, then it will lead the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in deep trouble. Now, let us go to the United States. Let us have a stopover in Burkina Faso. Then we connect it to Nigeria. You know why the Nigerian government will go after anything Burkina Faso like? Because this is a time when Bola Ahmed Tinubu is working against the release of his drug file in the United States. You will recall that George Berry Orwell of the U.S. District Court of Columbia recently gave a judgment that anything that pertains to the alleged drug-related dealings of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the United States should be released. That is the privacy that he's trying to protect is not as important as Nigerian people knowing about their leader. So the Bola Ahmed Tinubu government would have been pressing some background buttons to apparently stop the release of those documents. And it seems Bola Ahmed Tinubu is winning because the FBI and the CIA said that they need extra 90 days to kind of like be able to come up with those documents. So you can see some kind of like handwriting on the wall. So now that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is under the armpit of the United States, apparently the US is against Burkina Faso. They are accusing Ibrahim Traore of using the state resources only to his own benefit at that point in time. And promoting anything Burkina Faso in Nigeria, if it goes viral in the media and the US gets wind of it, then it will put the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in trouble, and the US may just decide to just go and release the document. So you can see that there is a personal interest, there's a personal gain for Bola Ahmed Tinubu as an individual in terms of resisting Burkina Faso. It is of interest to his government because he was elected under a democracy. He won't want military rule to be kind of like sold out to be people. But then again, personally, as an individual, he is kind of like vulnerable to the United States at the moment. The United States is not in good terms with the leadership of Burkina Faso, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, based on that reason, will go after anything Burkina Faso. So you can see the link there, you can see the connection in that regard. But one thing that I can say is that the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu must know that rally must not always be in government favor. Rally, if you want to hold a rally, the government must not give you support only when it is in their favor, or you want to rally for what government wants. If these people want to organize a 10 million man rally, as politicians usually exaggerate that they want to organize a 10 million man rally for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he's performing well in Nigeria, the police will give them the support. But now they just want to lead a procession that, look at what Ibrahim Traore, the young 39-year-old military ruler, look at what he's doing in Burkina Faso. This guy is a Pan-Africanist. He's removing Western hands from his country, and he's providing succor for his people. The Nigerian government is against it. So one thing I can say is that the security agencies should try in such a way that they will operate objectively. Rally must not always be in government's favor, or rally should not always be about what government wants, because section 38, 39 and 40 of the Nigerian Constitution as amended guarantees freedom of thought, expression and association. And for Nigerian government, please perform, so that the people will not be kind of like looking at the model of other country and begin to sell it to the Nigerian people. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politiink. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.